the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I figured what we'll do is, so finally we had always talked about Two Techies was supposed to be based around just sitting around drinking beer. So we finally got all the products together. So we got Timeline Brewery, we got Pop Soul Popcorn.
Okay.
So instead of piecing it, and then we was gonna go to other people's restaurants, and I was like, nah, I support my boy. So as you can see, we're here at Osme. Smells great in here.
I love it. I love it.
I would have bought some other food, but I didn't want to ruin the aroma. I didn't want to have barbecue all up in his spot, and they could walk in like this don't smell like perfume. So I had to bring them. So we got the ginger beer. We haven't named it, so it's kind of an ode to the islands, a true ginger beer, but it's a brewed beer.
Yeah.
And then we got the Jamaican Funk Popcorn.
I like
set the mold off for the day. So
I like it.
As you see, even our beer and the popcorn is paired together.
I like it.
So
I love
you
it,
got
man.
a Jamaican beer in theory. I wonder why Red Stripe don't even have a ginger beer.
That's what I'm saying.
Seems like it would be
crazy.
All right, so guys, sorry about that, but we are excited to be back into everything. So, John, when did you fall in love with tech?
Man, that's a great question. I guess you could always say I was kind of a geeky kid. You know what I mean? We didn't come up with a lot, so anytime a new system came out, I was able to get the older one. So when I had the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo was already hot, right?
Okay.
So I was able to go to the pawn shop, get games for like $2-3, so I had a big arsenal. And that's really when I got into tech, because I just love to get engulfed in the gaming industry, play games. I sit in my room at night, just play throughout the night, leave it on, and continue in the morning. So
that's dope.
That's when it started for me.
So that's when you kind of got into everything.
Yeah,
through gaming.
definitely.
All right. I know what you do, but some of the people watching us, they not gonna know. So what exactly do you do in tech and innovation? How would you explain your career to everybody?
Okay, so essentially I'm a digital marketing strategist. So I work with companies and help them with their online strategy using online tactics like website development, UI, UX, social media, SEO, and we have an all-encompassing marketing strategy based on a client that we execute on pretty efficiently.
Okay, so is SEO tying also into like AdSense and things of that nature?
Yeah, definitely. SEO has really
Google AdSense for the amateurs.
Right. It's really transitioned into like this beast, man, because SEO is just so much more than just ranking a website for a specific keyword. It's more about getting quality content out there, creating an experience that people can appreciate so that they can do what you want them to do, convert, right?
Okay, that makes sense. So even though we're drinking beer, you can be honest, what is your favorite, a craft beer or a craft cocktail?
That's a good question, man. The only like alcohol that I drink is a gin and tonic. I'm an old man, man. I'll do a gin and tonic, maybe with a cucumbber, some Hendrix.
Oh,
we're going high end, right?
School.
Yeah. When it comes
bought
to
some gin yesterday. I bought Seagram's. I always think, just in general. Let me tell you why. Because it's for an upcoming special event.
Yeah.
But Seagram's seems to make sense to buy Seagram's gin if I'm going to be using Seagram's ginger ale.
Oh, you got to. You got to pair it together.
The brand pair.
You got to.
Even though now in Costco they're selling Coke, Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
With the 2-liter Jack.
And they got the tape wrapped around.
I'm like, are people that lazy?
For real.
They can't go buy their own Coca-Cola?
That's great, man. That's great. And then,
go ahead.
And then you said when it comes to beer, I like a nice heavy IPA, man. I'm an IPA guy, yeah.
So what you think about the ginger beer?
Oh, this is fire, man. I like it. It's light, it's airy. This
really
popcorn is slamming,
like
man.
Really, the popcorn is
slam. But no, the beer is
John
great.
is going through his second bag. I just want y'all to
It's been a long day, y'all.
If your business life was based on a movie or a TV show, and we were able to plug into you, what would we be watching?
Dang, that's a great question. You know what? I have to say The Fresh Prince. Not because I got like swag, but because you're kind of trying to tailor yourself for your environment, but still maintain your individuality, if that makes sense.
It does.
Okay.
I never really started. I could look at the show like that. It's just, I think now I would almost like to. I don't even know where it's on repeat at. I would like to watch it.
I thought
again.
Netflix was supposed to get it, man.
Really?
I don't know what happened.
Fell through the cracks. Maybe Will didn't want to do it or something.
I don't even know, man.
Well, he
that's
got a
the
good
goal to
relationship
Instagram
with
right now,
Netflix.
so.
I would like to see that whole series again to see how it affects me now.
Me too, man.
Versus when I was young, because that was a religious show to watch.
Oh,
I would watch that all the time.
Absolutely, I agree.
So, as an entrepreneur, one of the newer topics that we've been talking about has been, mental wellness and mental health, and then just health in general. What kind of things have you done to, I guess, kind of keep a balance on your mental wellness and just your physical health? What are some of the things you've been doing? Because I know a lot of entrepreneurs ask this question. Some people are finessing the hell out of people. They give courses
You ain't lying,
and
man.
everything. So what are some of the things you do for your mental wellness and your mental health?
For me, and this is, it's different for everybody, but for me, one thing was my son being born really kind of changed my perspective and outlook on a lot of things that are important as an entrepreneur. Before, I'd work 17, 18-hour days, try and go to sleep. I can't do it now, right? So it forces me to kind of scale my efforts and delegate to a worthy team that can help me, so I can alleviate work, focus on biz dev, overview of the business, and then be able to balance that time with family. Okay. And then the last thing is just exercise, man, because as an entrepreneur, you have the freedom to kind of scale out your day, right? But once you get to the computer, man, you can sit there for 8-9 hours before
and not
you
even
get
notice
up.
it. Yeah,
you know
not
what I
even
mean?
Use the bathroom.
Exactly.
Yeah, I started doing push-ups at the day.
So in the morning, man, I'll do a quick 30-minute workout. I'll get it done first thing in the morning, so that way it's done, and I can go throughout the rest of the day. At least I got that exercise in first thing.
That makes sense. So I guess on a technical side for your career, like, what were one of the things that happened to you, or what was one of the aha moments when you realized this is what I'm going to do? I've made it. I'm going to stick with it.
So I was probably 20 years old. That's when I started building websites on WordPress. Okay. And I was still working at the bank. I was a personal banking specialist.
Wait, you were 20 when you started building websites on WordPress? So you young?
Yeah, I'm 30. I'm 32. I'm 32.
You young?
Yeah. It's just the bald head, man. It throws people off.
I'm just saying, because if you didn't start off having to steal people code and using HTML5 and using nothing, but if you didn't start off building WordPress on Dreamweaver, right. Websites on Dreamweaver.
That's true, man.
You didn't start off building your websites on Dreamweaver. That's how you know how old somebody is.
For real. That's why when WordPress came out, man, it was huge.
That
because
was a blessing, man.
Listen, you didn't even have to know a line of code. You had to know HTML to a certain degree when it started, right? At least basic HTML, be able to create CSS.
Now it's pretty much a drag and drop.
Now, man, it's drag and drop interface. Exactly.
So you were 20.
Yeah.
And that aha moment happened when?
Well, my mom started like a side business. She wanted to tutor kids on the side. So I was like, Mom, let me figure it out. Let me build you a website. So I go on YouTube. I spent a couple weeks on there, bought my domain, got my hosting set up, had my WordPress CMS, and I built her website. I was like, yo, this is kind of dope. And then I kind of got it out there. I was doing fundamental stuff like putting flyers out, you know what I mean? I wasn't really promoting it digitally because I didn't have the savvy yet. So it started to pick up a little bit. She got a few clients and I'm like, yo, this is pretty cool. I thought of something and I made it tangible using a computer. And that's when it clicked that I was like, I got to get into marketing. I got to get into the space.
Creating that piece of art on your own. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. We used to have a question in here and it used to be focused around diversity and inclusion.
Okay.
To me, the responses started to become very similar and very genuine. So I've decided for this series we would move past that.
I got you.
But I think one of the things
that
would make it kind of interesting at this point, if you didn't focus directly on diversity and inclusion, would be the state of politics. So to keep it as a nonpartisan show, we won't even talk about anything particular in politics, but with today's environments of politics, how do you feel it's affected your business or the way you're approaching business these days?
Damn, that's a great question. So, for me, especially because I'm in the digital space, it's definitely a lot easier for that first contact, just because in the digital space, it really depends on your work. That's it. People don't, to a certain degree. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you've done. As long as you can provide tangible results, as long as your case studies are flaming hot, then you have an in, right? But as a person of color, it can be difficult to get that initial response in the beginning. You know what I mean? Because
a lot of times, maybe the digital world is helping you surpass some of those boundaries? I
think so, man, because it really comes down to what you can provide. I do think, of course, there's still specific biases towards people of color. However, I do think that this digital landscape has bridged a specific gap in that.
That makes sense. That's a real genuine response. So I like that. So let's say you have all the resources in the world, but there's going to be a twist.
Okay.
You can pick one celebrity or one person, dead or alive, to be a co-founder in a new business you're going to start up.
Dang.
Who's the person? What's the business you start up? And basically, how would we pitch it?
Yo, that's a great, dead or alive, right?
Dead or alive.
Any person I can,
any person,
as a co-founder,
any person.
And they can promote it.
Anybody besides God himself. It had to be a person that we have documented in some form of recent history.
Just thinking off the top, this is a great question. I'd probably say Diddy.
Okay.
In regards to the access that I could have.
All right, so we got Diddy as your co-founder.
Yeah.
What's the company? What are y'all doing?
I don't even know. I would definitely say some type of e-commerce product.
Okay.
Because I feel like if I have Diddy on my side and I have, a max budget of, let's say, 5-10 million.
Your resources are unlimited.
That's it. We could build the biggest business in the world.
So you got Diddy, you're doing some form of e-commerce.
Yeah.
So you hoping basically he push your brand the same way he pushed the Rock.
Exactly.
What's the pitch? Now, even though you got unlimited resources,
okay,
your pitch secures you getting access to these resources.
Okay.
What's the actual pitch?
What's the elevator?
What's the element?
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm a horrible salesperson.
Let's
horrible.
Go. Let's try. Let's see what you say.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
All right, so let me think about this. So Diddy and I have collaborated to create a private island experience where you can bring your significant other, where this basically kills sandals. This is like next level. You come here and it's a lifetime experience. I don't know. That was terrible.
I can see it though. But this is why I wanted to ask this question.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about how do people respond differently and what do we think of when we have access to everything versus how creative are we when we put ourselves in boundaries. So you had no boundaries, but you have a son, so you're still thinking about life experiences. You didn't say, like for me, I would have picked Jay-Z.
Dang, see, I didn't even think of that. See,
and we would start, and I would start a car company.
Oh, there you go.
Making exclusive cars, because he been driving. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always.
Yo, can we edit that out? I can just take yours.
But you can't because it's your natural response.
No, you're right.
Right now, my mind has been on like buying 2000, 2005 cars. To me, that last decade of when they really cared about the quality of cars.
Yep.
Not really anything special,
I'm trying to get
your
like
Porsches,
a 2003
your
Jeep Wrangler.
350Zs, Wrangler, stuff like that. But deck them out, and just everything has like airbag suspension, so they just ride like a dream. You know what I'm saying? Just everything is on airbag suspension. So when you pull up, no matter what I'm in, it's
you like right here.
Right, and then it just say Jigga on the side of Jay-Z.
Jovito.
So because every hip hop artist, if you think about it, the last one you really had was like the whole stupid thing with Exhibit with Pimp My Ride, and that just got out of hand. But where was our hip hop artist, or where was our person in tech making custom motorcycles or doing anything custom?
You got Keanu Reeves doing that right now. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
That's where the long-term money, and then you're leaving a visual piece of art behind.
Exactly.
And that car becomes a collector's item.
It's true.
So
it's true.
If my kids, because you got to think, you make 3, then make 1 for yourself.
Exactly.
Make 3 more, make 1 for yourself. Then you start giving them the family. Can't sell it. You got to sign this. You can't sell it to this time.
You got to roll it. You got to ride this around. No, right. I like it.
So
I didn't think about that.
So the world is yours, and now you working with Diddy.
Okay.
But y'all got to bring on 1 mentor to guide you and Diddy.
Okay.
You can bring on 1 mentor, or you can bring on 1 person you know to work with you. What would it
mentor.
Be? The mentor is anybody you can get access to. So the mentor is unlimited, but you can bring on 1 person to do business with you, but you have to actually really know that person.
Okay, so I get 2 people.
2? No, you only get 1 of the
I get 1, but I got to know him.
You got to know him. You got to actually, like, this is somebody you could pick up the phone and call now. Or you could pick a mentor of choice. What would you do?
I'd probably pick a mentor.
Can you think of anybody in your circle that's really like guiding and supporting you the way you want to?
Oh yeah, a few people. Wifey, of course. My mom has always done that. Damn, that's a great question. How you thought of these, man?
I always look at the psychological elements behind it. What are we going through to get? Because we can sit up here and talk about SEO and talk about your company all day.
But everybody says
most people, you can go Google that. But
exactly.
what they can't Google is the psychology of what you're going through as a black man owning a business.
Yeah.
You can't buy that book.
You're right.
And Steve Stout wrote it and it was kind of whack, but I'm just
So I have a choice. I have to either pick a mentor, that's anyone, unlimited,
or anybody,
or pick someone that I know
to come work with you.
Okay. I think I would have to go to the mentor because I feel like with the mentor, they can help us scale a business, and then I can bring someone else on later on. I can start bringing in more people that I know on a consistent level.
And you don't think Diddy would have that resource of that mentor for you?
Oh, probably, but
just what do you think of it?
I'm trying to look at even the tech space. I'd probably bring someone in the tech space on because we want to have an amazing digital component.
Right, because like you said, exposure and access to get people there. Like when we were talking about Blavity earlier.
Exactly. So I don't even know, man. I either pick. I forgot his first name, Systrom, the founder of Instagram. I'll probably bring him on.
Oh, I know you're talking about. I don't remember his name.
Yeah. His last name's Systrom. I can't remember his first name. Might be like.
That would make sense. Why not use the platform that's most viewed right now?
Yeah, man, and it's very visual.
Yeah.
And Instagram is just killing it right now. And plus, they have all the resources of Facebook as they got acquired a couple years ago. So I feel like that would be an amazing resource to have with him as a co-founder or as the first employee. You said.
Yeah, because you don't want Robot Boy. Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, nah.
That boy had no personality.
Man, the stock is.
I can just imagine he eats the same thing like every day.
He does, man. You know, it's like rice and like some meatloaf.
Like his
String
personal
beans.
relationship with his little fiance is probably like on a time clock. Like everything is scheduled. Like
Listen, 6:30, we gotta.
I know we had that that one appointment that was supposed to happen in the bedroom, but due to unforeseen circumstances,
Facebook event calendar.
I mean, losing a whole Dell-based company, I just lost $151 billion. I'm gonna go cry for 13 minutes and then I'll get back to work. There's always a soundtrack to life. If your life was a song or an album, what would we be listening to?
Oh, what? A song or album or
song or
either
an album?
one?
It's either gonna be an album or on repeat, or it's gonna be a song on repeat.
Well, for me, the album Life of Times, Volume 1. That's like one of my favorite albums. That or The Blueprint. I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, so I grew up a few blocks away from where he did, so I appreciate just his tenacity and where he is now.
Look at it in a different way when you know his surroundings.
Yeah. So definitely Life of Times.
All right, so we're all in the game. What's one of the things you would like to leave to define your legacy? When people think of John Saunders, when they think of your company, what's the legacy you want to leave behind? I
wanna leave a legacy of value. I want a kid to see what I've achieved and know that it's possible for them, because I feel like tech is definitely becoming a big thing in the urban community, right? We got a long way to go, but I definitely think we're starting to make a dent in the community, in the urban community. So what I would like to do is show a kid that, hey, there's another option besides being a rapper or playing sports.
I honestly didn't think it would be this bad at this point.
Yeah, man.
I thought we would be further along.
I did too.
When I really got into it about 4 years ago,
yeah,
I just thought the momentum was so strong, and first time I went to South by Southwest, I was just like,
it was lit, yeah.
2020, we gonna be everywhere. We gonna be on it. And I'm looking now, and I'm like, we doing more workshops just talking about the complaints versus people actually building
we just gotta build
in the company. And I'm like,
let's
quit talking about it. Let's just build.
I agree, man. And it's like the biggest part that makes me mad is that we are the catalyst for the culture. Right. Music, style, everything that we do, everyone enjoys and capitalizes on, right?
But it catalyzes a lot of other things. That's the biggest thing.
It does.
One trend can start, Black Twitter, one of the strongest hashtags, pushing, everything else, but the trickle effect that we have on a lot of things.
Exactly.
All right, so I put you on a hot seat. I know we talking, but I do like to open it up for reverse dialogue. Is there a question or anything that you would like to ask me?
Oh yeah, definitely. So, where do you see the tech industry for people of color in the next 5 to 10 years? Like, what would you like to see, or as opposed to what do you think is gonna happen?
I would like to see something that kind of comes down to the basis of an invention.
Okay.
And I guess maybe because I had family that went to Tuskegee.
Wow.
So my dad went, or almost all my aunts and uncles and my father all went to Tuskegee University, and I did a semester at Tuskegee University. So You know, I grew up around seeing George Washington Carver and seeing a black man know how to use a peanut in over 360 ways.
Yeah.
So creating something from nothing was something that was instilled in me ever since I was 3 or 4 years old, visiting my parents on their campus and being around black intellectuals. So, you know, when I was young, I was seeing doctors, engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers. Like, that was just the world that I knew. So
damn,
we were
crazy.
poor, but intellectually, I never knew intellectual poverty.
Yeah.
Everybody I knew. So it wasn't like going to college and getting a degree wasn't like gonna be a big deal. Right?
Yeah, it was kind of like, okay,
it was like
what's
if
next?
you didn't, it was like, what are you really doing with your life?
Take a little bit more of this.
Yeah, go ahead.
This good stuff.
So I don't know, man. Like, just inventing something.
Yeah.
Something that gets patented and owned, and you know that it's theirs. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, a new way to use blockchain that nobody thought about.
Right.
Or a platform better than blockchain. You know.
I like that because that is, it's kind of like building, it's creating some type of infrastructure, and you have that base, and we're the ones that own, you know, that piece.
You know, like when you talk about somebody like Nas, when Nas hit everybody and broke everybody over the head when he was like a black man on Fox, and you know, you just think about the things that we did on, but like we don't own BET no more.
Nah, yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy.
We don't own our culture.
True.
We're the only culture that exploits itself, but we don't own it.
It's facts. It's facts.
You know, Jay came close when he had the S. Carters with Reeboks, which I thought were some of the most comfortable shoes.
I like them, man.
And they just disappeared. And they were clean. You could wear them with some jeans.
Yeah, I remember they had like they were like the kind of low tops, and they had a little stripe on them.
Exactly. Real nice and casual.
I remember those.
And you think about boat shoes, K-Swisses and stuff like that. Real nice, clean shoes. So I think that would be it. I would like to see us on something.
Okay.
But it's hard to keep up with time when you're drinking. How are we on time? We're at 20? Are we good? All right, y'all. So we're going to finish, unless y'all have some questions out there, but put them in the bottom of the box. John will be tagged. He'll respond to you. We're going to get back to the beer, the popcorn. And,
you want to pour you some?
Yeah.
I got you.
We also went to Salt's Donuts, so we're going to eat a little bit more. But we appreciate y'all joining us with 2 Techies. We'll get you guys on the next go round. Peace.
Thank you, guys.